An opportunity has presented itself, Miami Hurricanes fans. The opportunity to revitalize the image of our football program. The opportunity to get rid of the stigma and the common associations of us being a failing football program. People calling us overrated. People calling us a fraudulent football team. People saying the Miami Hurricanes are a thing of the past. Fans of other programs wearing shirts that say "sucks to be you." All of that could be put on hold if the Miami Hurricanes can defeat the Clemson Tigers on Saturday. I never said it was going to be easy. Clemson is a team that has been to the college football playoff 5 years in a row. They've won 2 national championships in the last 5 seasons. They're a team that's had 10 wins every season since 2011. We're talking about a team that has won 61 out of their last 63 regular season games. Hasn't lost a home game since 2016. Hasn't lost a regular season game since 2017. Oh, and by the way, they haven't lost to a ranked team at home since that game against Florida State in 2013. We all know what Clemson is. We've seen them in the college football playoff. They're a team that's one of the last teams that plays every year. They're either in the college football playoff or in the national championship, it seems like, every year. They also have a spectacular quarterback who everyone is talking about going number 1 in the draft, Trevor Lawrence, along with Travis Etienne, their running back, and just weapons all over the field. We have our work cut out for us this weekend. This is an absolutely huge game. This is the biggest game for Miami, in my opinion, since the 2017 ACC Championship game. Before that, probably the Notre Dame game that season. And once you get past that season, it's been a long time since we've had a game this big. Full disclosure, I am 20 years old, and I have been watching the Miami Hurricanes since I was 9. So the 2009 season was my first season. My introduction to Miami Hurricanes football was pretty epic. It was a Florida State win in Doak Campbell Stadium. It was Bobby Bowden's last season, and Miami ends up winning that game in terrific fashion. FSU throws a pass they thought was a touchdown, but it was actually an incomplete pass. It was a Monday night Labor Day game, but I have experienced a lot of mediocrity in my fanhood. I've seen one 10-win season. I've seen one bowl win. I've seen few wins against ranked teams, even fewer wins against ranked teams on the road. So to say that this would be the biggest win that I would have seen is a fair statement. The last 2 seasons before this one in particular have been really tough. And I think that we can all put this on something, okay? Sure, part of it has been the coaching. Part of it's been the quarterback play. But I think that what this really can be contributed to is Paul Feinbaum. After that Notre Dame win in 2017, Paul Feinbaum put the turnover chain on and said the U was back. That man cursed us. In all seriousness, we're looking at a game this weekend to cement ourselves into the college football playoff picture this year. As far as breaking down the game goes, Clemson against Virginia last weekend, they gave up around 400 yards of offense, but I'm not going to put too much stock into that because you see teams all the time looking ahead. For example, Ohio State in 2018 played a really close game against Maryland that went to overtime. And then the next week came out and everybody's like, oh, Michigan's going to beat them. They beat the brakes off Michigan. So I don't think it's uncommon for teams to be kind of looking ahead to the next game. I don't think that's uncommon at all. So I'm not going to put too much stock into their performance against Virginia. I'm going to put stock into what I have seen Clemson be and the fact they still have their quarterback. They still have their running back. In my opinion, the Clemson Tigers defense is fine. I know Clemson fans were a little bit upset that they gave up 400 yards to Virginia last week, but they are still ranked 6th in total defense, 7th in scoring defense, 10th in rush defense, and 22nd in pass defense. I think their defense is going to be fine. That being said, could the Miami offense take advantage of their defense if there are struggles? I think, yeah, they could. I think this Miami offense is the best offense we've had in I don't know how long. I think we could put their defense in some tough spots with the way we like to play. And I have a lot more confidence than the last 2 times we played Clemson because all I've seen ESPN talking about all week is 96-3, 96-3, the combined score of the last 2 meetings. 2015, that was a team that went to a national championship for Clemson, Deshaun Watson. The end of the Al Golden era, the game got him fired 58-0. That was really bad. The ACC championship game, it was 38-3. We were a lot better, but again, I think it's tough to compare games that were 3 years ago. Now, if they beat us last year that bad, then I could see it. But this was a game that was 3 years ago. And we're a way different team. They're a way different team. This will be a completely new coaching staff than the last time we played them. Here's what has to happen. The D-line has to play good. I think the defense has got to play good. We have to be disciplined. We can't be having unsportsmanlike penalties like we did against Florida State, Louisville. We've got to play discipline. There were a lot of penalties. We can't have as many penalties. We can't be giving up free yards. We can't turn the ball over, which we've been pretty good about turning the ball over. We can't have any muff punts this week. As far as the offense goes, there have been a couple turnovers. I think there was a fumble last week, but outside of that, that might have been the only fumble the offense has had this year, if I'm not mistaken. So we got to keep doing that. We got to take care of the ball. De'Aaron King has got to get going. I think that's going to be important, the tempo. If you're going to be the first team to beat Clemson in a regular season game in 3 years, you're going to have to play really good. We have to make the most of our opportunities when we have them. We got to move the ball. We got to play discipline. Can't turn the ball over. Can't have penalties. Pretty much all the basic stuff. You have to play your A game and then some to beat this team. Absolutely 100%. So it's going to have to be crisp this weekend. It's a good thing we're coming off of a bye week. I think that will help the extra week of preparation. I'm nervous. Going into this game. I'm not going to lie to you about that. But I have some hope. I don't know if I'm confident enough to say that we'll win the game, but I think we'll be a lot more competitive than we have been the last 2 times. But Miami Hurricanes fans, embrace the moment. Embrace the opportunity that we have this weekend, because this opportunity is not presented to you often. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I appreciate you guys for listening, and I will see you after the game on Saturday night. Go Canes.